Welcome to my views and news. Breaking news from the Amhara region of Ethiopia, where for the last 3 months we have been seeing clashes between Fano fighters and Ethiopian security forces. This morning, Fano fighters took control of a town in the Amhara region. Reportedly, city administration has fled the town. City government buildings are under the control of Fano fighters. Why did Fano fighters enter this city? Does it mean that the Fano fighters are changing gears from defensive? They are now adopting offensive strategies, like we heard from Mere Vodajo and Shewa Fano yesterday. Details for you. And secondly, a second news story from another town, which is again in the Amhara region, and here mayor of the town has fled reportedly. There is no police, no militia in this town. We have seen 2 assassinations in this town so far. That is why city government dysfunctional. If you remember, I've been saying that Fano wants to make local governments and regional government dysfunctional. And if Fano fighters can seize towns, then state administration is fleeing the towns. It means that Fano strategy is working. Question is, where is Ethiopian National Defense Force? In these 2 places where a mayor has fled and where Fano fighters are in full control of the town, where are Ethiopian National Defense Force members? What is ENDF strategy to counter, to contain Fano factions? Firstly, viewers, we know that Fano fighters in the past few weeks showed their strength by seizing some towns. They captured a town in Vagaltana, where we saw that Ethiopian military had to retreat from the town because hundreds of Fano fighters entered the town. People took to the streets. People supported Fano fighters, and military had to withdraw. Colonel Fantahun Mabao and Colonel Mogus Zigai were leading that Fano faction which took control of that town. Later we saw that ENDF reinforcements arrived in that area and Fano fighters withdrew. We have seen that in some other places too, like in Dambicha. I think in Dambicha, Fano fighters took control of a town, ENDF withdrew, Fano fighters addressed locals. In Gondar city too, more than a month ago, we saw that people blocked main roads. Entire Gondar city became dysfunctional. Life came to a standstill. Ethiopian military then retreated from Gondar city. Now, another town in Amhara region under Fano control, confirmed by Fano fighters. Maksegnit is the name of the town. I hope pronunciation is correct. Maksegnit, situated between Gondar and Bahirdar. Alimo Gudadao is a Gondar Fano commander. This morning, he claimed that Maksegnit town is under the control of Gondar Fano fighters. He said Prosperity Party office, local government office, all are under Fano fighters' control. These minutes, Gondar to Maksegnit, Maksegnit to Bahirdar roads are partially blocked. Gondar Fano fighters are in Maksegnit. They have blocked the main roads leading to and from Maksegnit towards Gondar city side and towards Bahirdar. Maksegnit is just 15 kilometers away from Gondar city. Strategic town situated along the main road which connects Gondar with Bahirdar. Question is, why did Fano fighters entered Maksegnit? Well, yesterday A Gondar Fano fighter was arrested by security forces. His name is Abebe Hamle. Abebe Hamle was arrested, and then we saw that Gondar Fano fighters gave an ultimatum. They demanded the release of their comrade. Abebe was not released. That is why Fano fighters decide to capture the entire Maksegnit town. Reportedly, Abebe was being kept imprisoned in Maksegnit. So has he been released? We don't know. But these minutes, Maksegnit is under Fano control. Youth are patrolling the streets. Locals are protesting in support of Fano. They're out on the streets. Amhara Fano fighters are patrolling the streets of Maksegnit. Next question. Will Fano fighters remain in control of Maksegnit? No. Their strategy is that they enter towns, they show their strength, they achieve their objectives. Like now, they want to release their comrade Abebe Hamle. They will try to free him if he is in Maksegnit, and they'll gradually withdraw, I think, towards forests and mountains. That is what we have been seeing. But let's see what happens in coming hours. Gondar, Fano, other Fano factions, they are announcing that they're going to change gears from defensive to offensive. Now, Fano fighters, Fano faction is so strong that they are not letting their comrades be arrested. A comrade arrested, Fano fighters gave ultimatum. Ultimatum was not respected. Fano fighters stormed the entire city. People say, Sajid, you just exaggerate what is happening in Amhara. Nothing is happening there. Fano fighters, just a few groups of a few hundred people. You know that this is not correct. You see what is happening, that if Fano fighters can take control of a town just 10-15 kilometers away from Gondar because one of their colleagues was arrested, you can imagine how organized they are becoming. They are organized, they are armed, they are charged, they are funded. Now they have an ideology as well, that Amharas are in danger. It is start of a long insurgency if there is no dialogue. I have been saying again and again in my videos that Amhara region is the most destabilized region of Ethiopia. Fano fighters want to weaken regional government, local government, organizing themselves, getting stronger, people joining Fano factions. So all these indicators are clear enough for a neutral observer to conclude that an anti-government resistance movement is strengthening in the Amhara region. We'll try to update you in coming videos about what is the situation in Maksegnit. Correct me if pronunciation is wrong, but so far Maksegnit is under Amhara Fano control. Second news story from another town in the Amhara region, again about Fano, Shewa Robit. Shewa Robit is in North Shewa zone of the Amhara region. Most assassinations in the past 2 months have been committed in North Shewa zone, where Shewa Robit is situated. Near Shewa Robit, there is Rasa. Fano fighters are based close to the city. Fano fighters have carried out several attacks in Shewa Robit. Attacks on police officers, attacks on police stations, attacks on Ethiopian National Defense Force convoys. An ENDF convoy was hit at the entrance of Shewa Robit a few days ago. Shewa Robit security chief Abdo Hussain was assassinated last week. A police official was assassinated after that. Before that, Girma Shitla was assassinated in North Shewa. He's from North Shewa, Amhara Prosperity Party leader. We've seen several attacks in Shewa Robit. That is why. Now, Shewa Robit city government is scared. It is not in a position to continue its work. Reportedly, Shewa Robit city mayor has fled the town, the city, fled towards Addis Ababa, towards Debre Birhan. Between Addis Ababa and Shewa Robit, there is Debre Birhan. So there is no city government in Shewa Robit. If there is no mayor, obviously no city government. If mayor has fled, I think mayors have their security. If mayor feels that he is vulnerable to Fano attacks, he is insecure, you can imagine the plight of ordinary Shewa Robit government officials. How can they work if mayor is fleeing the town? Mayor has fled. Secondly, police has fled. No police officials in Shewa Robit. Thirdly, militia members fled too. Militias have been recruited by Ethiopian government. I'll do a video on that too. Militias fled. Police fled. Only Ethiopian National Defense Force is based. It is stationed in Shewa Robit. I think ENDF has a command post as well in and near Shewa Robit. But even ENDF has come under attacks by Fano fighters in and near Shewa Robit. Now, Shewa Robit mayor has fled towards Debre Birhan. But is Debre Birhan safe? Just 3 days ago, Debre Birhan city police chief was assassinated, allegedly by Fano fighters. Debre Birhan is also situated in North Shewa zone of the Amhara region. So, Shewa Robit mayor fleeing towards Debre Birhan, I think he will not stay in Debre Birhan. He will flee towards Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. So, you see that city governments are becoming dysfunctional. Fano factions getting stronger. They are dictating terms. People supporting them. Ethiopian National Defense Force does not want to launch a full-scale war. By the way, we shouldn't underestimate ENDF. It's not that ENDF is weak. It cannot crush Fano factions. Problem is that no army wants to fire at people, at masses. Armies, militaries always try to avoid direct confrontation with people. Because if millions of people rise, no armies can control them. That is why military is showing restraint in the Amhara region. It is trying to avert direct confrontation with people. People are supporting Fano factions. It's not that ENDF is weak. ENDF has not deployed any of its large-scale mechanized units, its drones, its air assets, its armored pieces, artillery pieces. Maybe it's because the type of struggle launched by Fano fighters is guerrilla war. That is why ENDF has limited options available. Still, I don't think that ENDF is using all its capabilities to crush Fano fighters. ENDF is trying to start limited operations. At the same time, it is trying to involve people. Dialogue is held. Like I think 2 days ago in Shewa Robit city, a discussion was held between people, religious elders and military officials. And military officials assured people that people will be protected. People should not support extremist elements. Problem is that Fano has public support. We cannot deny that Fano factions get logistical support too, intelligence support too from the people in different parts of the Amhara region. That is why they are managing to survive, turning into a serious challenge for Ethiopian National Defense Force, Amhara regional government, Ethiopian federal government. How will these city governments work? They have become totally dysfunctional. Gradually, we're seeing that this insurgency is making city governments dysfunctional, and Fano faction will try to make Amhara regional government irrelevant and dysfunctional too, and then Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Thank you for watching.